it's Sue from Createful Journals, and today we're going to go over how to edit a table. This particular design comes from our simple templates, and it's the kids chore chart bundle. And I was asked by a customer how to make some changes to the table. So this is the one that has the stars for the rewards, and it's all designed inside the table. So the first thing we want to do is we actually first want to make sure that you've got a copy of this. So now you can either just duplicate the slide. So we have two of them. You've got the original and then you've got the one that you're going to change. But you also may like to just go to File and then Save As. And then I usually name it Original and put that somewhere safe on your computer so you have the original file if something crazy goes wrong with all of your changes. Okay, so now let's start making some changes. So to make a change to the table, we need to click on the outside so that it gets highlighted. You'll see these little the dots, and that you can see that the shape is highlighted. And then at the top here, we've got the table design. So we want to click on table design. And now this allows us to change colors, add borders, minus borders, and do some other things as well. Now the first simple thing that you could do to just make some easy changes is just put the mouse in the header here, and we could change the background. So we could change it to yellow. So now we could come here and do the same with the days of the week, and you could make them different colors, you could make them the same colors. Yeah, and then you could do the same in the reward one. Again, we could make that a different color if you like. Okay, and the same up here in the shape. Once you highlight everything, then it comes up what you're working with, whether you're working with a shape, whether you're working with a table or a picture. So now this is a shape, and once you click on that, everything that opens are all the tools and effects and things that you can do with that shape. So right now we could fill the shape with a color. One neat thing is that you can actually go and edit the shape. So we can just edit, change shape, and then we can just pick something else. Let's just pick a cloud, for example. And now you've changed that to a cloud design. Right? And then same with the stars. You can click on the stars. These are graphic formats because they were images. And again, we can fill them with different colors. Okay, and this is these are some of the things that I do when after I've uploaded my copies to KDP and then I want to create printables. I'll just go in and make some changes, add the colors, and then you've got a new version that you can use as well. Okay, so now let's get back to the table. So remember, highlight the table, check that it says table design at the top. And now what we want to do is we want to remove this last column. So we don't want to have the reward there. So put the mouse in the first line area that you want to delete, and then highlight everything. Okay, and now we're going to right click with the mouse. It comes to delete at the bottom here. There's a drop down and it says delete columns, delete rows, and table. So we want to delete columns. Okay, and now it's gone. So it's as easy as that. So now we just need to resize the table. So again, click on the outside. Make sure everything is highlighted, and then just drag this to the required width. Now you'll see that the table is there, but the stars didn't move with it because they're a separate element. Okay, now when we try and click on some of the stars, sometimes it won't highlight right away. So if that happens to you, you want to make sure that you are if you go to the top here under editing, and you'll see select and a drop down, make sure that the selection pane is selected. Right? And this is pretty much similar to layers. So if you're used to Photoshop or something, you can kind of, it's like PowerPoint's version of layers. So you can get to things that are basically hidden behind the main elements. Now, this is group 7. Sometimes you'll have to go through and just find where everything is. And then they have this little eye thing. Now, if we click that off, you can see all the stars disappear. So we know that we're working in the right group. Okay. Now, if you can't select it from here, then all you do is under the selection pane, go to the group 7, highlight it so it goes orange, and then all the stars have now been selected. Now, all you want to do here is you just want to move it over. Now, This is smaller than the table, so now we're going to have to resize it a little bit too. So what I would do here is try and get this in the center approximately. And then I'm just going to pull the handle here and just line up the star under the Sunday and then this way under the Monday. Okay, and then that's how easy it is to do. So again, it was just click on the group 7, which is the stars, and then you can move things here. Okay, so we can enlarge them. If you wanted to make it smaller, you could do that too. Now, if you're only moving in little increments, what I find it's easier to use, instead of trying to drag it with the mouse, is just on your keyboard, just use the 4 arrows, the up, down, left, and right, and then you can just nudge things into place really easily. Right, so that's how we get rid of a column and how we enlarge it, and then enlarge the elements inside that column. Now, some other little things that we could do here is, say we wanted to split the some of the rows so that we've got additional lines to write on. So for example, maybe we want to make this one so that you can put the child's name on his row. So what you could do here is just, again, select the rows that you want to add a row to, and we're going to go here to split cells. And now it asks you for the number of columns. So we still want 1 column, but we want 2 rows. Okay, and then you click OK, and then you'll see now you've got the line in the middle. That's much easier than trying to go to insert to a shape, and then you've got to try and get everything lined up here. Right? It's much easier, and then you're going to have lots of odd shapes to move. If you decide later on that you want to resize this from the 8.5 by 11 to a smaller size, then you're going to have to go and move all these little elements as well. So it's much easier just to do the merge, the split cells. Now, if your template had the 2 lines and you wanted to put them back to 1, again, highlight the 2 rows, do the right click, and now we're going to just click merge cells, and then it's done. Now, one thing I want to show you is when you're merging and splitting, if you highlight 3 rows here and just go to merge, what happens is all 3 merge into 1. All right, so that is not always what you want to have happen. So if you're just trying to merge let's put the line back first. So we're going to split the cell again. And now we want to merge it back. So now if I were to click both and merge it back, everything is gone, right? So you've lost that center line that we had before. So it's just always make sure that you're just highlighting the 2 rows that you want to merge together, click on the merge, and it goes back to 1 line. And this would be the same if we want to divide this into 2 columns. Again, so we right click, and then we're going to split. Now this time we do want 2 columns, but we only want the 1 row, and it just puts a line in there for you. So that's how easy it is to do. And then now you can go back and see that this was the original one we did, and now this is some of the changes that we've made as well. All right, so hopefully that helps, and if you have any other questions, just let me know.